Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you guys, there's a new way of documenting hospitalizations since the upgrade to the system. So I'm going to walk you through it now. So right now we're looking at the home page. So we're going to go to hospital. Once here, you're going to select the program. We're going to go into a fake training program. So you would select your program here. You would enter in episode. And now you're at this new screen. This is where everything looks different. The screen has changed a lot, so it looks a little intimidating. So what we're going to do is we're just going to break it down and show you the new way of recording this. So here's the program that we're in, all right, the fake training program, but you can select your program here. What you're also going to do is you're going to select the resident. So we'll just pick a fake person, so let's say Donald Duck. Okay, you notice that the screen blinked a little bit, and so this is going to help us be able to see if there was any previous hospitalization. So Donald Duck has none. So we now have to document a new episode. How do we do this? There's a little icon here that has a little paper sign with a plus. If I hover over it, you'll see a pop-up, add new episode. That's exactly what we're going to do. We're going to click on add new episode. The screen blinked and now changed to this. So all the other stuff that we had in here, all the list of hospitals, they're still here. So under a hospital facility, you're going to hit the drop down button here, and you're going to see here, this is where all of the hospitals are listed. So we're going to pick one. Let's do Morristown Memorial. And then here we have treatment type. This is where we had before, the psych, medical, detox, rehab, ER psych, ER med. If this was a Danielle's Law, if they went to the hospital after a Danielle's Law 911 call, they were admitted to the hospital, it's ER psych if it's a Danielle's Law behavioral, it's an ER med if it's a Danielle's Law medical. But let's just pretend this person was sent in for medical reasons. They've been admitted. So we're going to hit medical. Date of admission. Now you notice that as soon as I hover over here, you see a drop down. I can do this as well. It'll change the date, the month. I can do all that, right? Or I can just hit this drop down button here and a calendar will pop up. What I can do here is, it says 2014, so I really don't want 2014. So I'm going to do drop down here, and let's say the person was hospitalized on the 4th. And if the person is still there, you do not have to write a discharge date. If the person was discharged, you want to go ahead and document the date they were discharged. This will still speak to our attendance. Okay, so let's say this person is admitted. Why is it saying this on 10/11? The date must be on or before 10/11. Oh, because, I'm sorry, December 2017 hasn't happened yet. My apologies. It's 10/11, so October 11th, so December 4th, 2017 hasn't come to pass yet. That's why we got that message, so my apologies for that. Okay, I was just trying to show you the functionality, and I forgot to bring that back down. So let's say this person was discharged. I can go right to a drop down. I don't have to play with these numbers first. And the person went in on the 4th. And let's say they were discharged on the 6th. Okay. Reason, outcome, and comments. I can write here. So the reason. So let's say Donald Duck was admitted for observation after a significant fall in the living room. Donald was experiencing an unsteady gait. Okay. Was discharged, if I can spell right, on the 6th. All test were negative. Donald was able to walk without assistance and is back to his previous status and level of assistance as before the hospitalization. Okay, basically I'm describing why he was admitted in there, what was the reasoning, and how was he discharged. So, because a year from now, you're not going to remember all the details. 2 years from now, you're not going to remember all the details. So it's really important, although it sounds like, wow, it's just a lot of data, it's just a lot of documentation, you really want to write everything down here. And the whole reason is because you're historically documenting, or you're documenting things for historical purposes of why this person was hospitalized. So it's really important that we really write down the full scope, so that in a year's time, if we're looking at this, we can say, hey, this is the reason why he was admitted. This is, he was discharged, and he was able to go back to the same level of assistance as before. Okay, so it's, I'm getting a really clear snapshot of what's going on. Now, you guys remember in previous or in other videos, if you hit the two drop line here, if I drag it, I can make it longer. So if I write a lot, I can see it all on one screen. You don't have to write a comment here. You can, obviously, if someone's admitted and you write the admission here, and then they get discharged later and you go back in to discharge them, you can write a comment here. That's fine. You can, if it's the same note writer, you can write it all in the same spot here. Otherwise, if somebody else comes in, they can write in the comment section and add their name there. Okay? And so that's how we do this. And what we're going to do now is we're going to hit save. Once I hit save, there it is. And I see everything documented here, okay? I hope this makes sense. I can go back to the index, this little arrow pointing back. If I hover over it, I hit index. Anytime anything changes in the system, if you just kind of take your mouse and just kind of hover over things and just linger, things will tell you what these buttons and icons are. Don't be afraid to look at them and explore. And if you're ever not sure, go into the training program and play around with it a little bit. Don't be afraid to play around with it, because the more you explore and discover things on your own, the more likely you're going to retain how to do this. So if I had put the jump back, I'm back here. I can say show records current or all. If I click on all, I'm going to see all his hospitalizations that he's ever had. So Donald was hospitalized in 2014, 2015, and then now again 2017. So obviously this person does not have a high record of going in and out of hospitals. I can also click here and hit archived. So if I hit archives, that means residents other than just the ones here, people who have been discharged. If somebody was discharged and and Medicaid comes in and says, hey, I'd like to see the record for the person who was in your group home from this year to that year. Do they have any hospitalizations while they were with you? We can actually hit the archive and get that historical data for people who are no longer with us. That's what that means. Okay, and so this is how you document a hospitalization in a wards. So if you have any questions, let me know. Otherwise, have fun with it.